Hello and welcome to TSG Foundation's Wisdom of the Zodiac. Today's lesson will be taken from Volume 1 of Wisdom of the Zodiac by Torkom Saraydarian, and today we will cover Chapter 13 titled Aries, Labor and Striving. In this lesson we will learn how the wisdom of Aries will guide us and inspire us to build our bridge to happiness, joy and bliss, to love, light, and willpower, in other words, to our higher self. This is a beautiful topic, the beginning of the zodiacal new year, and I love it and I hope you enjoy it with me. So open your books to chapter 13, page 187. In this chapter, there are two topics that are emphasized throughout these pages. Let me read them for you. One is the love of God, a whole new definition of our relationship with God. And second is that we recognize hierarchy. These are two key topics that I will be talking about. Let me read that first middle paragraph from page 187. The Aries full moon is the first major full moon of the year and is the beginning of things. Okay, there's one keynote, the beginning of things. The beginning of creation. The beginning of the creation of a new man or woman within us. On this day, it was Christ who created a new beginning for humanity. The Tibetan master says in the reappearance of Christ, recognize the hierarchy on this day and recognize and emphasize the love of God. This is such beautiful topics, so let me go back and look at some of the keynotes that Torkom is mentioning for us here and emphasizing. First, it is that Aries begins things for us, the beginning of things. So let me ask you, what new things do you want to begin in your life from here on? Remember, we have 1 year, 12 months. Each month, a zodiacal sign gives us a specific wisdom. So Aries is giving us the wisdom of new beginnings. That means just like a child, you will think, what do I want this year? What do I want to make happen? What do I want to begin that will be conditioning how I am now and in the future? You see, what we usually do is we create what we are now based on the past, what happened to us in the past, things that we learned, things that we overcame, and all the challenges and problems. What about if we turn it around and say, I want a new beginning, the beginning of creation? Create a new life for myself by projecting forward and seeing what it is that I want. And when I am very clear about what I want, then I can create the present based on our plans for the future. Now that's a whole new dynamic that will give you renewed energy and renewed enthusiasm in your life. Aries is full of energy and enthusiasm, so take advantage of that energy at this time. Let's look at the next keynote. What he's saying is Christ created a new beginning for us by emphasizing the love of God. You see, we are afraid of God, afraid of karma. What about if we say, I love God, God loves me, and He wants the best for me? And hierarchy, we recognize the hierarchy by saying there are men and women in hierarchy who have achieved great things, and I can do the same thing. They were men and women just like us, and they achieved great things through their striving and through their making a new beginning in their life. What is the hierarchy? The hierarchy is composed of all of those men and women who have surpassed human evolution. They are not stuck to the process of forced evolution. They make changes themselves. They have what is called conscious evolution. That is what is meant when you want a new beginning. You put things in place that will change you as you go forward. They became superhuman beings and then decided to stay with humanity to guide humanity toward what? Liberation. They want liberation for us. Liberation from what? Make a list of things that you want to be liberated from. Old memories, old hang-ups, old pains, things that we have stuffed inside of us and condition our life. We want to be liberated from them. Go forward instead of being stuck to the past. What is the next one? It's the same genre of freedom. Freedom to be who I am. freedom for you to be who you are in your essence, the way you are meant to be. Forget everything else to the contrary. Look at the next thing that the hierarchy guides us toward. It is unity. Unity is a really important concept, and I look at it in two ways. Unity in terms of integration, the unity of my physical, emotional, mental bodies with my soul. There's a unified wholeness to the way we present ourselves, and then there's alignment. So there's integration and alignment. What are you uniting with when you align? When you align with great principles, great ideas, great virtues that guide your life, you are aligned with that. So those two things are very important for us to remember in the concept of unity, integration and alignment. Think of how you integrate yourself together and how you align yourself to the love of God. What a great principle. To the greatness of hierarchy. What a great principle to align with. Okay, the next thing they lead humanity toward is synthesis. I look at synthesis this way. I look at it in terms of seeing a bigger picture, seeing your point of view, my point of view, and everybody else's point of view, seeing a way to live that is good for me, good for my family, and good for everyone. So the idea of synthesis is to bring together the best minds, the best thoughts, the best heartfelt emotions and feelings, and grow a way, a bridge, using those ideas to take us toward the future. So think of that theme that we are going to use for this entire zodiacal year, 2018 to 2019. It's the idea of building bridges to our higher self, and how the wisdom of the zodiac gives us those principles that help us build that bridge. And here are the principles that we have started with in Aries. Let me mention again: liberation, freedom, unity, synthesis, and what's the last one? Victory. Victory is a powerful, powerful theme for us. We are going to be victorious over all ugliness, over the enemies that make us have pain and misery in our life, over things that make us slaves of matter, slaves of emotions that are toxic for us, slaves to behavior that is not good for us. So do you see, look at victory in terms of the soul victory over matter, over form, over addictions, over things that we are attached to that are no longer serving our best interest. Okay, let me keep reading. Hierarchy eventually established lines of communication with 7 departments of human nature from which they had actually graduated. Now they inspire and challenge these 7 fields to change the life on this planet. So look at what is that saying. It is saying that hierarchy is not just a spiritual or religious organization in the higher worlds. It is made up of men and women who are experts, graduates with high degrees from every field of human endeavor. What are those fields? Politics, education, communication, the arts, science, religion, and finance and economy. So those 7 fields are inspired by God and by the great ones. They are not exempt. So when we talk about spiritual principles, they are not only relevant for church or for our group meetings. They are relevant for everything that we do in our life, relevant for every field of human endeavor, for every person interested in any part of the welfare of humanity. Human welfare doesn't come only from spirituality or from religious principles. Human welfare comes from men and women in every field of human endeavor who work through and live through these principles of liberation, freedom, unity, synthesis, and victory. They are integrated men and women, and they are aligned with higher principles. That's how they bring these great ideas to every field, and we can do the same. No matter where you are working and living, no matter where you are in the world, these ideas will help you and uplift you in everything that you do. Let's look at the bottom of page 188. Let me read that for you. The love of God is the cosmic magnet pulling each of us toward himself with increasing glory and beauty and creativity. What is it that draws us to do better, to strive, to build bridges, to bring our best into the world. It is that love that is from the cosmic magnet. So think of it not as one person loving us. It is that magnetic pull that pulls us toward bettering ourselves and becoming parts of hierarchy in our everyday endeavor. Let us use that love to manage our life, to deal with each other, to inform the way we speak, to inform the way we meditate, to inform the way we think about ourselves and other people. So if God loves me, He loves you and everyone in the world. So whatever is good for me is good also for everyone in the world. So do you see that, how that bridges? And so we stop looking at each other as people of separate interests, separate ideologies, separate color, separate religion, separate family ties, but we look at each other as united through the cosmic magnet with the love of God. Isn't that a beautiful idea to think about and take us forward? Look at the second ideal that is brought out for us on page 189. The love of God is understood as forgiveness, total forgiveness. This is such a powerful, powerful concept that I would like to have each of you really meditate on and practice forgiveness, because it is going to heal you. How do you practice forgiveness? Let me give an example. At night before you go to sleep, you sit in bed or in a chair near your bed, or you kneel down, whatever works for you, and you think of people that you have wronged. Start with that and ask for their forgiveness and explain to them in your mind, in your prayers, why is it that you did something that you are asking forgiveness for. Okay, that's one. Keep doing that over and over until you feel like that person has now forgiven you. The next part of that is, after a few days or a few weeks or a month of doing that, you start now saying, this person hurt me from the past or from the present, and I'm going to forgive him or her. And you're going to try to see the reason why that person acted in the way they acted, and you're going to say, you really hurt my feelings, but I forgive you. And here's what happened, but I want to forget. I want to heal. I want to go to the next step. Does that make sense to you? So think, love is understood as forgiveness, total forgiveness. First, for yourself, for the wrongs that you have done, omitted or committed. And second, for those things that other people may have done to hurt you, genuinely hurt you, and hurt you deeply. But we need to release that. And when we release that, that's when we start building the bridge to happiness, joy, and bliss. It is such a powerful, powerful bridge that we will be able to cross over and take other people with us. Now look at the third part on the bottom of page 189. Forgiveness expands your consciousness and increases your sensitivity to feel the pull of the cosmic magnet. So do you see, when we remove the hurt and pain, that stress and strain inside of us for the things that we have done or things that others have done for us, we remove the barriers that prevent us from feeling that pull, the love of the cosmic magnet. Look at that. Expands your consciousness and increases your sensitivity to the pull of the cosmic magnet. Wow. In order to help us drive toward God and love of God and love of hierarchy and cosmic magnet, Aries has given us and provided for us 4 powerful rays. And these are discussed starting on page 191. What is the first strong power that we get is the first ray. First ray has the power to do. It gives winds in your sails, gasoline to your engine. It makes you powerful. So that first ray, you're going to take it and say, I want that power, that energy to do what I want to do. I want the love of God, the forgiveness. I want to be in touch with the cosmic magnet and expand my consciousness toward principles. So that is the first thing that you are going to accept and embrace and bring inside of you. Don't be afraid of that. Now let's go to the second keynote. And you can read more about each keynote in these pages. I'm just giving you little ideas so that you would see how to guide yourself through the study. The second keynote of Aries is seventh ray. What is a seventh ray? Unfold the power to manifest. So you have the power to make happen. You have the power to make happen forgiveness, to make happen the bridge, to make happen the joy and the happiness and the bliss. You have that power, and if you do it slowly and sequentially, you will see the results. So you have that wind in your sails of the seventh ray. Let's look at the next one. The third keynote is sixth ray. Sixth ray is that ray of devotion, that can-do dedication, so that you never give up. Never give up. No matter how long it takes, your life is endless. One life after another, one day after another day. Never give up. Enter into battle for the Lord. The Lord that is in you, the soul that is in you, the Lord that is your solar angel, the Lord that is the hierarchy, the Lord that is God. Okay? That is so powerful. Look at that power that informs religions and spirituality and makes people dedicate themselves for the great principles. Let's look at the next one, page 194. Do study these beautiful rays. They are magnificent. The fourth keynote of Aries is the fourth ray. Arrive at unity through efforts. Fourth ray is magnificent. It tells you that you can create peace through conflict, harmony through conflict. You never give up. Fourth ray gives you the tools to find that creative way to resolve conflict and to bring harmony in any situation. You have the wisdom of Solomon inside of you, and that wisdom is that fourth ray that through never giving up, approaching a problem from one angle or the other, you will be able to harmonize and bring creative solutions to every conflict in your life. And if you can't do it yourself, you will be able to gather people around you who can help you do that. All right? Now I would like to lead us in this beautiful meditation that starts on page 196 through to page 197. I will guide you through this meditation. But let me just say one thing before we continue with the meditation. Starting with Aries and continuing into Taurus the next month and Gemini the month after. These three major full moons are very important times where you can make new beginnings in your life. So start now putting in place everything that you want to take place in your life from here on, and see how things change by next year at this time. So these 3 months, instead of taking 3 or 5 days to celebrate and observe the full moons, take instead, if you can, 7 days. So that is 3 days before the full moon, the day of the full moon, and 3 days after. And what are you going to do? You're going to choose 7 seed thoughts through these pages. You can choose the seed thoughts, for example, that's on the first page. Let me repeat those. Liberation, seed thought number 1. Freedom, seed thought number 2. Unity, seed thought number 3. Synthesis, seed thought number 4. Victory, seed thought number 5. Forgiveness, seed thought number 6. And the love of God as seed thought number 7. There you are. You have 7 beautiful seed thoughts that you can use during this time. And what do? You take one word and you meditate on it. What does it mean? What kind of effect does it have in me? What makes me have that quality? Okay, and how do I bring that quality into fruition in my life? That is called a seed thought meditation. Okay, so now we are going to do this beautiful meditation, and we will begin with relaxation. So close your eyes, put a nice smile on your face, and take a deep breath. So first you relax, And you think of your physical, emotional, and mental bodies as integrated together. That's the second level of meditation, integration. Deep breath and bring it together. See yourself as one. See yourself integrating with your soul. You are now one body. Now align yourself to the hierarchy and repeat after me. Lead us, O Lord, from darkness to light, from the unreal to the real, from death to immortality, from chaos to beauty. Say one Om. Take a deep breath. Now we enter our meditation more deeply. Think about hierarchy. Great men and women who are in the higher worlds, who watch us, protect us, and shield us. And just close your eyes and feel their love. How throughout your life you have been loved, guided, shielded, and protected. You have been given great teachings, great books, and great friends, and great guidance. Express your gratitude to the hierarchy. Now let us think about forgiveness, and I will guide us through it. First, consider, what does forgiveness mean to you? Go ahead and keep your eyes closed. What does forgiveness mean to you? Ask yourself, in what way do you need to forgive yourself? And go ahead and express that forgiveness toward yourself. Now think of someone who really hurt you in the past, and visualize that person standing in front of you, and tell him or her that you have forgiven him or her, and why. Let us say the following mantra of unification together. The sons of men are one, and I am one with them. I seek to love, not hate. I seek to serve, and not exact due service. I seek to heal, not hurt. Let pain bring due reward of light and love. Let the soul control the outer form and life and all events, and bring to light the love which underlies the happenings of the times. Let vision come and insight. Let the future stand revealed. Let inner union demonstrate and outer cleavages be gone. Let love prevail. Let all men love. Sound 3 ohms with deep focus. It is suggested in this chapter to sing the beautiful mantra, Go in Beauty. We have that available for you. So I will say the words to you, go in beauty, beauty to your right and beauty to your left, beauty before you and beauty behind you, above you and below you. Go in beauty. Have a wonderful celebration and observance of Aries. Make it a new beginning that is worthy of you and your beauty. See you next time. Bye for now.